This week on Eye on the Clouds.
We're west of Coffs Harbour here in the Orara West State Forest. Crew here are going to go into the forest and investigate the situation prior to the logging of this forest, which is it's about we expect it to be logged sometime before Christmas, and yeah, it's a pretty high conservation value stuff in this forest. A lot of it's been mapped. There are some discrepancies between the various mapping. A lot more has been allowed for logging in this particular harvest plan. The harvest plan was actually presented first up in 2004, I gather, and for some reason Forest New South Wales haven't gotten around to logging it yet. We've got some highly qualified botanists here today and wildlife experts, so we'll take you down the road and we'll see what happens.
Okay. There's plenty of people who can, for those who don't really know that much about the forest, Dave Scotts has been working in Forest and North Coast for 15 years doing fauna work, Dave here, and he's an expert. There's John Edwards is a botanist, self-trained but really good. Karen's a botanist,
rainforest.
Kevin's a botanist and a fauna ecologist, and Charlie's a botanist. Have I missed anyone? Keith Kendall's both. Botanist and an ecologist. Penny, his partner, is a botanist and probably a bit of both. Gee, we've got lots of. So
this place pretty good too.
Oh, okay, sorry. So don't ask, or if those people feel like speaking up, say anything, see a nice tree or a nice, a nice set of hollows or something or whatever. Speak up. There's some nice trees even here.
Lantana?
Yeah, lantana. Okay. Hit the road. So you're just having read it down here, been up again?
Never, no, I just never walked between the road.
You said it was all downhill.
Don't tell me you haven't been.
Yeah, trailblazers.
This is one of the hazards of our particular job. As you can see here, this is a declared conservation hunting area. One of the contentious things about this is that there's absolutely no control on what they're shooting or what they wound while they're in these forests, and very seldom do you find any signs that tell you whether they're actually present or not. So yeah, it's a bit of a worry.
400 metres of that mapped old growth. Then we go into disturbed mature.
So this is on the downhill side of the track. Is that the boundary go along the track for a while? Or?
Sorry?
Is it mapped on both sides?
Both sides, yeah.
It's like, there was a brush spot there at one stage, but it's going to big now.
You can come up Star Creek and follow it up.
What's here? And he was talking about bloody Kosciuszko National Park where they locked it up and didn't burn it and a big fire came through it.
Spiro and Natara's talking about 70% of the timber on the north coast. And you see, they use all sorts of arguments. They talk about the world heritage. So when you look up and you look at the canopy, there's a lot of old growth stuff there.
There's still big ones, but there's a few of these little ones.
See, that would have brought it into the more than 10% regrowth.
It's still flat.
Oh yeah. So it's
that's at least
it's
early
branches.
mature.
It's
Oh, sorry, that one.
There's ones here like they're starting to spread out. That would be a long, mature regrowth tree.
Early mature.
Early mature. Yeah.
Old growth and stuff.
Old growth definition.
I mean, this is high conservation from my
That's what I'm saying. All these older areas have got high conservation values.
Compromised.
There's no such thing as light logging anymore. That's just a problem.
Yeah, that's true. It's all just gone backwards.
I was talking to somebody the other night, Wedding Bills, where we had a look last month rather. They've actually got 4 compartments together.
You know how long it takes to regrow those trees to that stage?
Well, you can go into any state forest that's logged and that hasn't had fire in, you'll find stumps that date back, way back. And Clouds Creek is an absolute classic on this one. We found stumps there that have been probably logged 60 years ago, and they're 2 metres across. There are newer stumps there that are 1 metre across. Newer stumps again, 75, 70. They're very rare. But that's what it said. The latest on 2 compartments. How many compartments do you want? That's all right.
Oh, we still got the older stuff. All the other states in Queensland are pretty well sold. They've sold their pine, they've sold their hardwood, I think. South Australia's got all its pine forests up for sale. Victoria's gone somewhere. Tasmania's corporate on
They clean them out every day.
The younger ones were, maybe the 90s.
It's south of there.
Was it?
Yeah, it's about very close to that line.
1975.
Yeah. I haven't got a... Well,
Not a Dorigo daisy. There's a good one here. There.
maybe comes in here and then there's some steep country.
Yeah,
Well, Star Creek Road, that's quite a major road.
Well, this is there's going to be more than one of us do it. Dave, we've just come down through Orara West State Forest where they're going to do some logging, and I know you've been heavily involved in the past in mapping wildlife corridors all over the north coast here.
Yeah.
What sort of impressions did you get?
Well, I was impressed with the quality of the forest. I think some of the forest we went through today definitely qualifies as high conservation value, whether it's old growth or not. You know, to me, people get hung up on whether things are old growth sometimes, but we definitely walk through old growth forest, but we also walk through areas that seem to be planned for logging based on the maps that we have here, but would definitely qualify as high conservation value.
Yeah. There's a lot of old growth trees, weren't there?
Yeah, a lot of old growth trees, and interestingly, as we came through there, we came across a frog, the pouch frog, which is a threatened species, and the fact that occurs in these forests is quite significant, really, because it really highlights the importance of the forest as part of an important link from Dorrigo and Bindari National Parks through to Karamba and Mount Karamba itself, where the frogs have been found there as well, and they're found up on Dorrigo as well. So this really highlights this area as a corridor, which has been mapped as a corridor.
It's a link,
as well. So it's a really important link for animals of the hinterland wet forest through to the coast. You know, Coffs Harbour's characterised by these productive moist forests, and this is an important part of that sort of moist forest landscape, I think.
Things like koala, I know Coffs Harbour's sort of a hotspot, if you like. It's one of the few remaining parts of the coastal New South Wales that seem to have a viable koala population.
Yep.
There were tallow woods up there. Did you get a feel that there could be any?
I think there must be koalas up there for sure. Yeah. It's the backdrop to this really, you know, nationally important koala population which we have in Coffs Harbour, and areas like these foothill forests which border the coastal plains are really important refuge areas for koalas.
Yeah.
And a whole suite of other species. There's a whole suite of threatened fauna that could occur in these forests, that some of which are earmarked for logging, like the powerful owl, that'll be a classic example, the yellow-bellied glider. The Palmer wallaby is one that's been recorded in Bindari and also down towards Karamba. Could well be in these forests. So there's just a whole lot of threatened and sensitive species that could occur here, and the koala is one of them.
Yeah. Well, I tend to agree with you. It's obviously been logged in the past, some of it's quite heavily, but the general health of the forest was excellent. There was no sign of dieback, no bell miners or anything funny like that.
No, that's exactly right.
To me, it'd be a crying shame to log a lot of that, and the steepness of the country too.
Yep.
It didn't seem to correlate with the mapping that they had there. I'm sure it's a lot steeper than the map.
There's some really steep forest in there. Like, you know, some of that stuff we were walking down, I'd be amazed if they can put logging machinery down there, or any sort of logging could happen on some of that country.
Yeah. It's
just going to lead to landslips and forests with problems with runoff and hydrology.
These buggers have gone off without us.
Is that our lift?
Yeah. Doesn't matter, we'll catch up with it in a minute.
Yeah. All right.